Our next presenter has a designation I absolutely love, and I think all of us require something like that in our company or our lives. It's called a success amplifier. I love that. It's Gokul Tirumalai from Vlinder Labs. Gokul is a success amplifier and helps partners with the right strategies for technology adoption and transition. And over to you, Gokul. We'll understand what that means in a short while. That will be followed by panel discussion on branded retail moderated by me. So please stay around.
Good afternoon, everyone, and it's wonderful to be speaking to you all. Thank you, Brews and Spirits, for setting up this expo. Wonderful to meet you all after 3 years. Our last three presenters did a great job about talking consumers and where engagement is headed, social media, and technology. And it's a great segue into what we are trying to do. And in the next 15 minutes, I'll walk you through where technology is headed and how it can help connecting consumers to brands via new experiences. First of all, Vlinder is a technology provider. We work on blockchain space. We have deployments around the world, and we work with governments, large enterprises, and we have our presence in distillery industry. Yeah, we've been recognized as one of the top 3 innovators in blockchain space. Most innovative, best digital transformation by Confederation of Indian Industries, and so on. So we've been there for a while and won a few awards. So jumping right to the topic, so the consumer. If you look at today's consumer, legal drinking age to 45, that's really 23% to 30% millennials and Gen Z. That's one of the biggest groups. They are technologically savvy and socially very connected. And they exhibit a few characteristics. It has been very well documented. Yeah? They want instant information. They don't have the time to go look at some online forum and try to get information. No, they don't do that. They are very loyal to transparent brands. They like to own digital assets. That's where it's headed. They want to have the ownership, not just something physical, but also have something of ownership. They see shopping as a social activity. All of them, in that group, at least 49% and increasing, look at it as a social activity, heavily influence other groups, concerned about environment and social impact. So what does this mean to alcobev industry? Okay, 3 top things: authentication, traceability, and consumer engagement. When somebody engages with an alcobev product, this thing comes to their mind. But most people think these are 2 separate entities. Auth and trace is one entity, consumer engagement is a separate entity. But in reality, that's very different. What's happening is it's merging together. Consumer engagement and auth and trace, they are going hand in hand. And the reason they're going hand in hand is when people try to understand more about the brands, they also want to be engaged with the brand. And that is where there is a big gap now, and we as a technology provider are filling. We have come a long way from where we just did auth and trace to also do consumer engagement. So this is where it's all coming together. The loop between the distiller and the consumer is getting closed. The distiller puts auth and trace information via a smart tag, QR code, NFC chip, right? They've been doing that. We did it with Amrut, and we are doing it with a few other distillers. And the consumer scans it. But that stops the engagement right after the scan in the present scenario. And where it is headed and where we are working with partners is to also bring in the engagement continuously. Yeah? Okay, let's play the first video. This is what we did in October 2020 when Amrut Distilleries released Fusion X, and it was touted as the first digital whiskey bottle. Play the video. Yeah, there you go. So that was the scan on the NFC. Instantly you get to know whether the bottle is authentic and sealed. Yeah, you can put all the description which goes custom. You can configure it anytime. You catch all the traceability steps Yeah, and you can also verify it instantly. That's the unmistakable Mr. Ashok Chokalingam, head of distilling at Amrut. And it can be instantly authenticated on the blockchain, and that gives the authenticity proof. Yeah? From there, we've gone a little further now, and we are working with distillers on the next generation of engagement. And this is what it looks like now. If you can scan the same thing, if you have a QR code scanner, you can experience it right away. You will be able to do that. The scanner will also be available in the next slide. Please go to the video. There you go. So when you scan this, you get a custom pop-up video, and that can be configured according to what you're trying to promote at a given instant. It can be something for the Christmas, something for the holidays. Somebody can gift it during a festival season, whatever it is. You get to talk about your distillery, what's unique about the particular whiskey or gin or vodka or whatever it is, right? You get their prime attention right after the scan. Yeah? And there you go. After that, yeah, you get the same authentication information. If you look at this map, we captured this directly from the distiller. We are working with one of the most complex supply chains for one of the biggest distillers, and we directly capture every step, and it can all be authenticated, and we give different personas. That way, the distiller gets a different view of the journey, including where it is stored in the warehouse, where it is headed next, minute details, and all of them can be authenticated instantly. And we give a different view to the consumer, so you can have different personas. Somebody in marketing will say that, yeah, I need personas because I target different people. And you can do that via a configuration dashboard. And that gives you instant authentication there. Yeah? And if you go down further, yeah. Do you see that? Now, that is a configurable button. It can be a feedback, it can be a rewards collection, or it can be a personal engagement with the distiller. Yeah? And that can be available on a dashboard. You can look at the scans, who scanned it, where it was scanned, the number of scans, geolocation, etc. Interesting thing, you look at the bottommost part, that is view or claim your NFT. NFT is the new buzzword when it comes to something digital. It gives every bottle a digital identity. Every bottle will have an identity. And a person who buys the bottle can claim ownership. It could be a limited edition bottle, or it could be a collection of bottles. They get to claim ownership of it. And it comes along with a certificate, okay? And people can claim the certificate and own it. And it's not just one certificate. It could be a multiple set of certificates. Here, this one says the holder is the owner of the single malt whiskey, and it gives the serial number, and the person can claim ownership. It can also give you can also customize the type of ownership which you want to give. It could, next one, you can give passes to the distillery. If somebody wants to have a premium engagement, they can do that. If somebody wants to give a master class as an accompanying gift, that can be given. If somebody wants an access to amateur whiskey club, that can be given. You see here, metaverse, that is a big buzzword in most marketing here. You can use the same NFT associated with the bottle to give access to metaverse. You can also set up a one-on-one meeting with the distiller. What you can do and what you can offer and tie to a bottle is just left to your imagination. And all of this can be owned. That means it will track who the owner is via a simple claim process. Yeah? It can be claimed via a voucher or a proof of purchase. And once that is done, the person owns both the bottle and the NFT, which is the digital representation of the bottle. So they get to own both. Yeah? If you look at, scroll a little bit down, you will see you have a customized set of fields where you can lead them to your social media, you can lead them to your metaverse, you can give them custom access. This remains a permanent record. When somebody owns this, they will get that, can download it, and they can keep it permanently, and they have privileged access because they bought something which the distiller or the brewer said, I'm going to treat you very special, and I want to up my customer engagement. And you can also download it and store it wherever you want or share it with someone. You can transfer the ownership. That's what you get. You get a set of privileges, and those privileges can be transferred to somebody else along with the physical bottle, with or without. If you go still down, you'll see it'll track. This is the metaverse axis. So people think metaverse is a very complex and an expensive affair and takes too much time, but we can do it very easily. It's very simple to set up. You need to have your assets. You can take them through a tour. You can change whatever you put in the metaverse on the fly. When people come there, you can be putting up a launch event, a party event, access to a special club. Yeah. You can also put up your master blender videos, which can be altered. And what people don't realize is this is also a meeting point for people around the world. You see one person here because I just went there as one person, but they can be 100 people with limited access. They can all be talking to each other while they're attending an event because they can't be physically traveling to a place. The other way to do that is also give a pass to an event where they can be physically present, right? So here you see your launches coming up, and this is just a mock-up metaverse. You can see what is coming up in the future, including if you want to give away any holiday gifts, etc. So what you can do in the metaverse is unlimited. What you can do in a physical event is limited because you have a specific set of people coming for a specific thing. But in the metaverse, people get to choose what they want to do by entering a room. And that can be to talk to a distiller, go to a master class, just like coming to a big event like this, but they choose to do different things. Yeah? That's the beauty of engaging a customer through technology. I still have 4 minutes, and I like to finish it early. So, yeah. So it's very difficult to explain all of this in 10 minutes. We are in booth 314. We will engage you via free webinars and seminars for your company. We'll help you with a roadmap for metaverse, NFT, go-to-market strategies. We are doing that with many brands, not just in distillery, but we do that with other products too. And one of the things which we are doing unique is recently we won a grant from the Karnataka government too for doing auth and trace and consumer engagement for GI tagged products. And we are doing many of those things around the world, and we would be very happy to engage you and take you through a new journey with technology to engage customers in the Web 3.0 and the digital world. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Gokul. I'd like to invite Tony Dolton on stage to please hand over a memento to Gokul.